Yeah, I'll kind of show you. I got something that's close. All right, my stream is up. If you want to pull it up on your phone. Yeah. I'll kind of just like walk you through some of my favorites, so you at least get like. And most of these plays that I'll show you, like you really don't need to make more than like one or two adjustments, or sometimes none at all. So you don't need to be like Kyle and make a 10 how. Yeah, I usually don't even motion people, honestly. I like to kind of, I don't want to say quick snap, but like I'll snap the ball pretty quick so people can't make all their. Exactly, yeah. All right. So let me know when you're in practice. Because you control Tua. No, it seems like. All right, well, not this time. Normal. Normal and just select as is, yeah. Then make sure your playbook's the correct one. You might need to back out and do it again. What's your first formation? All right, cool. So let's go down to gun, and then your first formation should be U trips weak. Then you're gonna go down like two or three times, and on the right side you see this play called wheel mesh. And then just do a random play for defense. All right. So can you see my stream? I don't know if you ever watch like when I throw like these wheel routes to the halfback on these specific plays. Their wheel route is like really hard to cover because it's more like they run to the flat and then they cut up. Because like look, if you see my stream, I'll put the running back on a regular wheel route. And you see how it's not as flat out like towards the sideline. So I'll reset the play. Yeah, so if you just kind of catch and like make a quick pass here, it's a few. Correct. You see how it's just like a quick, easy, like 5 yards or so. But if yeah, so if you do it again, it's just easy, like short yardage play kind of. It's kind of harder to cover unless they're running like hard flats. Yeah, and if especially if they run man. Yeah, exactly. And or if they're usering with their user, but then something else will come open. So that, Yeah, for sure. Yeah, and these drag routes will also get open. I mean, especially if they're running man. So, yeah, we'll stick with U trips week, and we'll go farther down. And you're gonna pick a play called tight end whip. Yeah. So what people like about this play, other than like the zig route from the tight end, obviously, is the two post routes are kind of like hard cutting. So they'll beat man almost every time. So you can kind of work the user. If they're playing one post, you can basically throw the other almost guaranteed. Obviously, if they're both covered, then you have the whip route underneath. So I like to work left to right here. Yeah, I like to work left to right. Square, circle, X. Kind of like that triangle. So if you kind of just pull out. Yeah. So now I'll hit the other post. Yeah, exactly. All right. We can, yeah. And then you can go ahead and you can just audible and within, so we don't need to go choose a new play. Just it's called hit R1, Pat's Y out. It's the same. It's basically the same thing as you can see, but there's a wheel route behind that post on the right side, and the out route by the tight end um, can usually get pretty open, especially if they're usering, because they're going to cover one of the posts more likely. You can kind of just hit that quick out route. So it's almost the same. Yeah, I'll just call. I can call it too. I'm just saving you time by not making you go choose a new play again. You see, we have the two posts again. It's a little bit different of a post with circle. It's the same post. Yeah, exactly. So especially if they're running like cover two or man coverage, R1 will get open. So we'll run through it here. I work the user. Like if they're a good user for sure, um, they're gonna cover. They'll either follow the tight end, then you can hit the post behind either post right behind it, or he's gonna cover the post and you hit the tight end. So we'll go. The tight end's usually your main look on that play, just because the route. Yeah. So we've, like I said, if it depends, like if they're running man or cover two, then I'll go. Yeah. Yeah, that's why I only do it if it's man or cover two. We're gonna choose a new play. So that's like two or three that you can use within this formation that I like a lot. So we'll just go to the next formation over, and then we're gonna go down once and hit PA slot corner. And the only adjustment you need to make to this is hot route square to run a fly route. And all it's gonna do, square. You want this concept was with the post in the corner that cross like that. It's called a fork concept. So basically, all it's gonna do is especially if it's man, it's gonna take that outside corner is going to fly out, and then this corner should be wide open. Or if they collide a little bit, the post will be open. So if the user follows the corner out, then you throw the post right under it. If the user sits at the post, you throw the corner. So I do triangle for hot route, R1, and then I hit R2, so he just pass blocks right away. Triangle, R1. Yeah, so you can see that he's not coming across anymore. He's just going to sit there. So you'll see when I run this play. Just like that. Yeah, I usually don't like play action, just depending on. So we'll do the same thing one more time. Yeah. So the thing is, if they're all out blitzing or if they're pass committing versus, like if you pass commit against somebody who's running play action, then those rushers aren't going to fall for the fake handoff. They just go straight to the quarterback. So, yeah. I never do throw it short. I never do throw it short because that leads to faster pocket degradation, basically. Yeah, technically. I usually do blitz counter and defend short pass. Yep. Yeah, it's a little bit different if there's a user in there. Like obviously you always got to account for that. So I'll just show you what it looks like with the play action. Sometimes it's not too bad because it's a quick play action, and Bryce missed the pass. But you see, it gets open. It can beat man pretty easy. All right, so we'll go ahead and choose a new play. That's really the only one I run out of that formation, like on a consistent basis. We can go to bunch. Go down 2 times to Y curl. Exactly. Yeah. So I'll just call it once. Like you don't need to make any adjustments like this one. You can just literally quick snap and boom. And you really want to hit that running back on the run too. Like especially if you see there's no flat defender, just get it out there and let him go. So let's say that I'm gonna throw this route regardless, but like let's say that linebacker on the left is the user and he shoots out at my running back. This seam route that Square is running, yeah, you're just gonna hole shot that, and if that isn't open, you can hit the drag right behind it. So you see how that goes. And it's good to run against random plays too because like you're gonna get mixed coverage. So just in practice. Yep. And short yardage, you just want to hit that running back real quick. Especially with you, like you have Achane, Mostert, and then Barkley too in the other league. Yeah. So using your running back in their passing game is more helpful than any other year, I feel like. So yeah, the more smart reads you make, like it's way easier to move the ball if you're just taking your 5 yard chunks at a time and then learning how to juke, do all that stuff. Like you'll, like if you watch me play, I'm not throwing deep all the time. So we'll go ahead and yeah, and yeah, you should kind of think of it less as throw it over the top because they're fast. More think of throw it underneath because they have yak ability. Yeah, we're gonna call this play called Pat Sale. The audible should be saved too, so that should kind of helps. I like to just pass pro my running back, just because I'm not even looking at him. And yeah, so you're gonna look for circle. His route is kind of really good at beating man, and and if they're running cover two, especially, that flat defender is gonna come down and play the arrow route. Yeah, and that backside post can also get open, but we'll see how this circle route looks. And you can kind of just whole shot it right there, even though Bryce missed it. Yeah, I chose to work with the Panthers because that way I'm not like I don't have an elite quarterback. Like these plays will work. So we'll run it again. We'll do the same thing. It's really good at beating man, like especially if you're using Tyreek or Waddle or like Jalen Hyatt or somebody. That's fine. He's fast. I mean, you can always. Do you know how to do like formation? All right, so let's go choose a new play. All right, so go back to where like you can see the formation, and then you can see how the layout I'm looking at, where all the numbers and stuff. All right, so at the bottom left, you see triangle is substitution. So you click that, and you'll scroll down throughout it. And let's say I wanted Mingo to be my the guy running that route. So I'll just put whoever there. Um, yeah, yeah. So now I got Chark. Oh, jam. Whatever. That's not what I wanted to do at all. So yeah, so take Waddle out of his spot and just put whoever there, and then go to where Claypool's at, and then put Waddle there. Okay, yeah. Sometimes it'll do it just based on like how you have your depth chart set too. Like it'll like your second slot receiver or something like it'll just fill in. Yeah, so we'll do it again. Yeah, exactly. I just threw a pick. All right, but once you're ready, we'll go to a new play. I'm sure you know how to run like the four verts or like Bill's verts at a bunch where there's like the post and then like the two wheels. Yeah, it was Y curl. So if you scroll down, um, you see there's like verticals or like Bill's verts. Like I'm sure you've run those before. Yeah, that's the same concept. All right, so we'll go over to gun snugs flip, and right in the middle, PA flood shot. So the only adjustment you can, two adjustments. You're gonna put triangle on a streak, and then you're gonna put R1 in Pass Pro. So this is a long developing play, so you might get sacked the first couple times you run it. So, but don't worry. Um, that route square runs will beat man every time, and if they try to use that corner route, yeah, if they try to use that corner route, you're gonna look for X on the crosser. And if they run something like cover 3 or cover 4, then circle will also be open. It's a yeah. And then if you want to, you can move the ball back even farther. So it's yeah, and don't sleep on the tight end crossing either. Like yeah, the circle one, yeah. All right, so let me know when you're good with that. We'll pick a new play. We'll stay in the same formation, and we'll just the one right next to it. We'll pick bench. Yeah, so this is all it is. So you just motion the running back over, and you fuck gun tight, gun snugs tight or whatever, and then gun tight offset. So yeah, you just let that running back clear out, but you can also hit the corner routes. So since you already know it, we'll just go to the next play. Yeah. Yep. So we'll go to gun box and we'll run deep fork. Yeah. This one's pretty easy. It's just you don't need to make any adjustments. If they sit in the middle and wait for the post, you're just gonna hit that corner route. If they try to follow that corner, you just hit the post. No, it's just a nice corner route, nice and easy. I run this like I run this as like my second play of like every game. Just it kind of just like lets me know how the game's gonna go. Yep. And if they're running man specifically, like the post will get open like for like a touchdown. Yeah. And then you yeah, so if they're playing far off, that motion out is pretty much money. And Bryce is just missing all the passes now. He's got pocket dead eye, so he should be good. And then while you're running these plays, work on not dropping back too far. You know, work on manipulating the pocket. Yeah, you don't even need to. Like, Yeah, I do it a little bit, and then you want to be able to scramble up or like move up in the pocket. You know. Oh, got hit. Move on to the next play. Uh, we'll go to. Do you know how to run gun bunch open tight end with the RPO bubble? It's the next formation. Yeah. For what? Yeah, it's a numbers game. So I'll show you how I run it. You're just counting. Like you want to have. So I see 3 versus 3, which means that there's going to be one unblocked. So I'm telling myself just give the handoff. Don't even bother. Don't even bother throwing the ball. So I'll just run it like that. But if I also see that and I believe it's man, let's say the play starts again. I have this. I go to Y trail and I'll run that. The tight end corner is nice. The post is nice, and then like the drag and everything can get open here against man. Yeah, that's basically my concept of thinking. If there's 3 over there, audible to Y trail or just run the ball. Then once you're good with that, we'll move to the next play. All right. Sorry, I'm reading the chat in Med. It's like going off. I have no idea. Yeah. Yeah, so you can do speed for 1 point, and then you you can't do Achan, Waddle, or Hill because the cap is 90. Yeah. Next formation will be bunch Y flex. Your call 83 halfback choice. It's a great play. It beats man, beats zone. It's kind of hard to use her. So first read's gonna be R1 because he's gonna work this crossing route. And if R1's covered, the wheel route that X runs should be open right behind it. So I'll show you how it looks. Bad throw, but yeah. X, yeah. It's been covered the last couple of times, but there we go. Oh my God, Bryce is so bad. You just can't excessively flip plays to like because it manipulates the AI. This one guy in my main league did it all the time when he got booted. Yeah, he wasn't that good though. You just get lucky. Yeah. There we go. That's how it's supposed to look. And then one adjustment you can do is you can put your running back on a out to the left. There's also that corner route that the tight end runs, like if they're playing man, because that route will get open, just like that. All right, so we'll call a new play. Yeah. I used to run it. I don't run it too much. The running back route is always gets open now. So we're gonna stay in gun bunch Y flex. We're gonna call it dagger. All right, so you want to look for X as he comes across. Um, Sometimes R1 will get open on the seam route to run like cover three, and then also that dig route behind. So it's like 1, 2, 3. But you really want to look for X because that route's kind of hard to use her. So you'll see here. Yeah, if you're still watching my stream, you'll see how it does against man. Yeah, so I'll run it again. And yeah. Yeah, you can also work that too, like the two crossing routes. Chin just pick me up. So let me know when you're good with that one. All right, so we'll go to the next formation. Gundy's close. You're gonna pick RPO or read flat wheel. Now, I wouldn't run this play like more than once per game, maybe. Yeah, and it's super glitchy, like you'd be called pretty cheesy. Basically, it's just read the flat. Like if they're all crashing in, the tight end will be wide open, and if not, then that post should be there, and it just looks like this. Except he blocked it. Yeah, I don't know what it is, but like the R1 will usually get wide open. Yeah, but we can choose a new play in the same formation. Now, I do like to run the ball out of this formation. The 0-1 trap is nice, but you just go to the last play of this formation, post wheel. This is a good red zone play. I'll show you. I'll move the ball there. Post wheel. We're gonna move the ball like up to like the 15 because you want to run this play in the red zone. Basically, you'll just work the user here. Like if they're sitting short on this drag route, you're gonna throw the post right behind it, or if they're playing the post, you can throw that wheel route. Like you can highball it. Do you know how to highball? Yeah, hold L1 and then because this one you don't want to underthrow because it'll be picked. Yeah, you can highball the post, but usually it's gonna be open. So you see. Yeah, the post is covered and the rush was coming, so you just highball that wheel and it's not going to be picked off. And then like if both are looking covered, then you got that drag underneath. So I'll run that one more time. And they're covering that shit well. Yeah. I highballed that wheel route to I highballed that wheel route in the NFC Championship to win it one time. Yeah. All right. Yeah, situational play for sure. We'll go to empty halfback wide, and we'll run a seams corner. Yeah, we can. Just move to like the 50. So you wanna look at this triangle route, empty halfback wide. The only adjustment I really make is just putting square on just a regular streak because it's like a weird route. Seam Y corner, I think. So against man, the route triangle runs will definitely work, and if that's covered, you'll hit that corner route that the tight end's running. Yeah. But the tight end should usually also win. Yep. And then if they're running like cover three or whatever, you can quick shot that triangle route. There you go. All right, so we'll switch to the next play. There's another play that you can run in this formation that I like, double dig, but you're just working the zig routes, and I think you can figure that out. Yeah. All right, so we'll go to gun tight offset tight end, and go down one. You're gonna go to Y out. Yeah. Yeah. So the only adjustments you need to make here are put your tight end on a streak, and then you can block your running back. Your two looks here, or three looks. You want to look the post first that Chark's running, or you can also hit the corner route that Mingo's running, depending if they're running man or not. And then if the user is playing that post route, this drag route will be wide open. So I'll show you why you want. I'll show you why you want the tight end on a streak. Yeah, it's gonna the post will go right under it, and it's gonna basically like it's almost like a rub route, and then it'll clear it. The drag across, yeah. So I'll show you. So the post is covered, so you just hit the drag, and it's wide open. There you go. So we'll call it again. They're actually covering everything pretty well. There it is. Oh, that it says out of reach, even though it was right in his hands. He did not catch. Man, Jeremy Chin is a monster. Yeah. Really, you can just work this drag route like all game long too, or all day. Because if they're going to cover the post like they should, then yeah. Also in the gun tight offset, I'm doing choose new play. You have the bench that we were talking about. Um, yeah, where you can so you can go down to the last play of gun tight offset and hit spot. All right, so the only adjustment you're gonna make is you're gonna put the running back on the streak, but you're not gonna motion him over. And the reason for this is it basically makes the user choose what they're doing. You see how circles run like a hook route? Yeah, you're like guaranteeing yourself. And the two corner routes beat man very often as well. But basically, just it makes them choose to either cover the hook route or the streak. So you'll see when I run it. Well, they fucking ran man coverage, man blitz. But we'll call again. You just take. Yep, you just take those 5 or 6 yards and call it a day. And then if they start to user that, then you have the streak right behind it. It gets wide open. Yeah, like a post route or something. Yeah, for sure. So we'll call that. Then Bryce throws it out of bounds. All right, so we'll move on to the next one. But yeah, those are a couple pretty simple ones where you only need to make like 1 or 2 changes. All right, so the next one we'll run is gun bunch offset. You're gonna click on double post. This is like an all-time like money play. So the only change you're gonna make is just put a R1 on a streak, and you're gonna look for circle on the cut. And are you watching the stream? All right, so you'll see here. It's just really hard to cover, but I just put R1 on a streak. Bryce got hit while throwing, but just throw it on. If you throw it on the cut, like it's or like right after the cut, it's gonna clear out. Yeah, the wheel route's also open. If you have enough time, it's a long developing play. And Bryce throws it right to Jeremy Chin. I probably should have picked. Yeah. And then Bryce throws it nowhere near him. Probably should have picked a better quarterback so I could show you what it's like to complete the pass. Yeah, fucking retard. Um, so I'll run it one more time. Yeah, I ran this a lot when I played Mutt. Like it was super hard to cover. It's like a pick your poison thing too. And sometimes, they'll run like cover 3 and like that streak will just end up like wide open. Yeah, you want to look at circle, and then you have the triangle too. I mean, almost anything can get open here. I like to lead with the stick, like left, right, down, up. Jeez, Bryce sucks. All right, we'll go to the next play. We'll go to tight slots, halfback weak, and then we'll run flood. And this play, you don't even need any adjustments. You want to look for triangle first, and this route should be just about any coverage. Now, square in man coverage can also beat the route if it's like cover zero. You can also pass pro your running back if you think you're going to get blitzed. Triangle, yeah. So I'll show you what it looks like. Well, Bryce missed the throw, but it was open. He sucks. Yeah. I'll run it again. Yep, throws it right to the defense. Yeah, and then if they're starting to cover that, the drags behind it. So this looks like cover zero, so I'll block the running back here, and then you'll kind of see. That post will beat cover zero. Yeah, it's a nice combo with these two routes. They're very, very hard to stop. Yeah, I'm showing you the pass plays first, but I'll show you my run plays after. So we'll go to we can stay in this formation. We can go to four verts, right below it. I don't run out of shotgun too much. That's why I'm just like working through shotgun. Not too often. I like to run under center. All right, so this one is like triangle is like your first look, kind of like you. Actually, square is your first look. Um, if because it's going to be real quick if you're hitting square. It'll be like a seam shot, like right when they pass the coverage. But if they're playing man, the beautiful thing about this is that let's say you see my screen where it says the person has the C on it. If they're playing man, they're gonna bump in the Chark like every time, and then this. Uh, I really don't know, honestly. I've never, but it should open up that wheel route. So that's kind of how it works. And you can do the same thing on the other side too. Like if they're running cover three, you can hit circle as well. So I'll show you. I fucking hate Bryce Young. But you see it's open. It's just, yeah. I don't know if I'm doing something wrong with Bryce, but like he's super bad. See there? Oh, did you watch the play I just did? Yeah. You see how the exactly, yeah. All right, we'll move on. Um, I also like the post wheel drag. We'll go through this one really quick too. Yeah. Basically, you can hit the. It's like a little triangle. Like you're looking for square on the post. Uh, yeah, I spent some time and like put it all together. Um, yeah. All right. So I like to work the post and then work the wheel real quick, like depending on that. And then you'll if neither of those get open, you have the dig behind it. The dig, the in route. Yeah. So you'll kind of see when that gets open. I don't want the last one. I made a bad read. Nope. Well, I made a good read, but dude knocked it out. Yeah, that'll be nice. All right. Oh, he just fucking picked me off. But then let me know when you're good with that one. So there's bunch quads, drag under, but it's very similar to the four verts. Yeah, you see, it's just like four verts, but I'll kind of show you. It's just a nice play to run, especially against like somebody who runs man. You look for like those wheel routes and the crosser. Sometimes if they press, I like to hit square. Fantasy football? I probably won't just because I'm trying to cut back on my leagues. This year was so rough. I did like 7 or 8 money leagues. Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of. I mean, I have like 3 dynasty leagues that I count towards that, but it's still, it's too frustrating to have too many leagues. Yeah, you like prioritize, and I always get like superstitious. Like if I double up on players, it's, that's how I end up like, oh, maybe I should take Drake London, and then yeah, yep, Puka, nice. Ouch. Keenan Allen. Yeah, other than like when he tore his ACL. Ferguson was good. I had I had one team. I have like one league where it's like our main league. It's like all my buddies, and it's two quarterbacks, two running backs, three receivers, three flex, one tight end. So it's pretty deep. So and the quarterback scoring is like crazy. Like they'll average like 40 per week because it's way more fun to play like that. Where we're like having it's like 300 points is like a normal week. Well, not 300, it's like 250 is like a good week, and then 300. Yeah, just add an extra flex. Don't be scared. Did we were starting like who was I starting? Like we have three flex, so we're starting a lot. Like we're starting dudes who don't normally start in other leagues. But anyways, I usually quarterbacks wouldn't go to like the end of the second, like the early third round. I don't know why. Like our first round used to be all quarterbacks, but now it like made a change. But then I was trying to change it back. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna go QB to start off my draft. No one will see it coming, and I'll have the two best quarterbacks. But yeah, Pat Mahomes and Jalen Hurts went before I picked, and that's who I was gonna take. Well, I was gonna go Mahomes and Allen, but I took Josh Allen and I paired him with Joe Burrow, and Joe Burrow screwed me. Yep, he ruined my entire season. Yeah, he was like the biggest disappointment. So, but then I also paired T Higgins with him. I'm choosing a new play, by the way. I paired T Higgins with him, and he was terrible. But I also had Keenan Allen. I picked up Kyron Williams. Yeah, it definitely was. And Tank Dell. And it's a keeper league, so waiver wire pickups are 11th round keepers. So I'm keeping Kyron. I didn't have much options other than him. Yeah, as long as they don't like sign anyone good or draft anyone high. With Cam Akers. Yeah, he didn't even play really. Wonder if I can find my roster. All right, so I had Josh Allen, Joe Burrow, and Sam Howell were my quarterbacks. I had James Cook, who was good. Tony Pollard, Keenan Allen, Brandon Cooks, who I hate. Josh Downs, who was pretty solid. Jake Ferguson was my tight end. I had Javonte Williams, Deontay Johnson, Kyron Williams, Harrison Bucker was my kicker. I had T. Higgins. He was pretty bad, honestly. He was wide receiver 46. Actually, the biggest disappointment on my team was I drafted Jahan Dotson early because I thought Bieniemy was going to unlock him. Yeah, and they just used Curtis Samuel instead. Like, I don't know how you lead the league in pass yards, but McLaurin and Jahan Dotson aren't even used. Yeah. And then Jahan Dotson, they used a first round pick, and they barely used him. All right, next up, go to Gun Empty X Trip and then pick Steelers Cross. Yeah. And all you do is look at X and triangle. One of them will get open. There's no adjustments. Yep, just run it as is. And Bryce. More than I used to. I have quite a few empties. Yeah, so once you go with that one, we'll pick up the next one. Yeah, sometimes I'll do that. With that play specifically, I'll make the user pick which one they're going to cover and then throw the other one. Because they have to cover one, they can't cover both. Yeah, I'd probably avoid doing that. All right, so you can just go to the next formation, split close, and then you just go down to halfback wheel. Similar thing here. You see how the wheel route just goes like all the way out to the flat. So you'll just do the same thing. Now, one thing you can do is if they're like running, no, you'll see like the post route that Chark is running or the corner route that Mingo's running, and you can hit either one. This post route's kind of hard to cover. Yeah, if you see the one I just threw, like these get in, like if the corner is sitting outside, and they leave the seam open. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I just take what they give me, kind of thing. I can call any play. I'll just read what they have almost. Yeah, yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean, my first look's gonna be the running back regardless. All right, so we'll move on to the next play. All right, so I'll show you the one I was talking. If you go to the next formation, the Y off trips weak. You see the swing route I think you were talking about earlier. Yep. So if you scroll down to, I think it's the last play. You got mountain pump and go. Yeah, so it's pretty simple. You just if they cut in below, you can just straight up let that post. Yeah, you can hit the post with circle. You can hit the crosser or the wheel route. What you can do sometimes, let those routes develop, and then let the routes develop, and then just throw the swing while he's sitting there. And he'll be open, like a dump off. Dude, Bryce is terrible. All right, I'll move on. Yeah. All right, we'll move on. I'll just point out this play. This if you go to stack Y flex, you just see that play in the middle with the run with drive H wheel. You got the same wheel route that we've been working, just to the other side. Yep, and it's just going to the right instead of the left. But we'll go ahead. We'll move to tight flex and do PA post shot. Yeah, and then go down to PA post shot. Yeah, and you want to look for circles route. It's gonna get it's just gonna clear out real fast, and it'll look good. And if they're covering that, just hit the drag underneath. So I'll show you what it looks like. And Bryce missed it. Remind me to never use Bryce for. I'll circle. Yeah. All right, Bryce is pissing me off. But let me know when you're good with that one. I'll show you one more in this formation. All right, so it'll be in the same formation, and then you'll just pick slot curl. I like to pass pro my running back. Then you can leave the rest the same. Basically, the corner route gets open a lot, especially if it's somebody who has abilities, and then the drag route underneath it is nice. But if they're running like cover three or something, triangle will also be open. So I'll show you. And Bryce missed it. Yeah, I mean, never be afraid to like just take the drag and just take the free yards. You don't have to hit these corners or yeah. Like if you see the drag open, just throw it. And yeah, I mean, especially with your receivers, you'll get more out of it than you think. Yeah, I just hit the drag and I got like 15 or 20 yards, so I'll let it rip though. Oh, Mingo. Yeah, if they're playing like press yeah, if they're playing like press cover zero, that streak with triangle will also be open. this like one more time. All right. All right, so we'll move over to trips, tight end, offset, and we're going to run levels sail. Yeah. Then all you're going to do here is just literally just hit this running back in the flat. So, are you watching this stream? All right, so basically, like almost any coverage like won't catch up to this flat route for some reason. He just like outruns everyone. So you'll just see here, and then boom, like 4 yards, he dropped it. But I'll show you again. Yeah, they get hit. And then if they sit down in the flats, then you can hit the corner route behind it. Yeah, with that Bryce missed. So if it's like, think about it, like if it's like 2nd and 2 or something, or like 3rd and 2, you can just call this and get the first. Yeah. If they're giving you, they don't want to get beat over the top, especially on like 2nd and short. So yeah, for sure. Yeah, and if you watch me play, like I'm hardly ever throwing like bombs. I'm just taking whatever is given to me. Like if the bombs are given to me, I'll take them. But I'm not gonna. Yeah, exactly. Like if you watch what I was doing to the Commanders user in Madden Heads, I had 63 by the time you concede in the 3rd quarter. No, that's MMF. So we'll just call a quick audible here because I think yeah, and then you'll just run X under. It's like the same thing except the routes on the left side are a little different. And if they're spamming man, that corner route that triangle runs or this post that circle runs are very nice. Yeah, just like and if they're expecting like if their user is gonna run to the flat to stop the running back, you can just call this and hit circle like right away almost. I just threw a pick though. Yeah, I will sometimes because if I think they're gonna cover that, I'll just call that and either hit the corner or the like post. This Panthers AI is just spamming man coverage on me. But let me know when you're good, and we'll switch to. Yeah. All right. Go over to gun tight, and then go PA slot cross. All right. So you're gonna cancel the play action here. That's really the only change you need to make. I like the route that circle runs. If they're playing man, it'll beat man every time. But more often than not, you'll hit triangle. Circle or triangle. Yeah. So you'll see the route that triangle or circle runs. It just gets a fuck. I got hit while throwing. It just beats man every time, like no matter what. It'll beat Jalen Ramsey too if they're fast enough. Chark dropped it. And Bryce missed it. I might need to trade Bryce. You're giving me too much. Holy shit, dude, he sucks. Alright, well, you get the point. Okay, let me know when you're good and we'll go to the next play. Alright, so this will basically be the last of the shotguns. Go to empty strong slots and then go verticals under. You don't need to make any audibles here. So I like to look for triangle or X. And then if both of those covered, you look for the... You can also look for the wheel, but it's going to be a little bit longer developing. And DJ Chark fumbled. Mingo Tutty. Yeah, especially with those two, you know, you're kind of picking your poison. Oh, yeah. Disrespectful. I lost Achan for a month in Madden Heads. Pussy. Damn. Alright, so we'll choose a new play and we'll start going over some like under center stuff. Actually, we can go pistol. Go to pistol, open flex close, then go down to X seam. Open flex close, X seam. Oh, cool. So I'll just tell you how I read it, and then you can kind of see. Quick look is the tight end on the out route. If they give it to you, just take it and take your 10 yards. If they work their way towards that, then hit the crosser with R1. No, I block him. I put him in pass, bro. Yeah, or I'll like audible it to like an out or something, or do whatever. Yeah, something that's useful, not stupid. Nice. All right, so since you know that one, we'll go to the next one. Nice. Nice. All right, so we'll go to pistol full house close, and then we'll run corners. So you're gonna put your running back on a streak, and then motion him out to the right. You can also pass pro R1. So all you do is look for that corner with circle. It just usually beats man. That's all right. That's weird. All right, so once you're good with that one, we'll do a different one in the same formation. The C route? No, that's not your first look. Yeah, the true corner. All right, so in the same formation, just click PA cross. Here, you can do that a few more times. I'm gonna take a piss. All right. So did you pick the PA cross? All right. So I leave it as is. I like to pass pro the fullback, and basically you just do it if they're gonna commit to like stopping the run or like cover zero, because you want to hit that post route. And if they cover that post route, just hit the crosser that circle has. Let's see, like, yeah, yeah, because I like to actually carry through with the play fake. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I just got killed. The post route, if it's there, I just hit it. There we go. Sometimes, like, it's gonna be best against like cover zero, or yeah, one or none. All right, so once you go with that one, let me know. Cool. So we'll move on to single back wing pair, and then we'll do halfback stretch. So whenever I like to run under center because I can count the numbers. So are you looking at my stream? So you see how the run is called to the right, but you see on the left side there's only 2 defenders in the box. So you see how the right side is loaded, but then the left side is... So all you do is flick the right stick to the left, and now my run's going to the left. And then I'll call it here. Way better blocking. You always want to play a numbers game when you're running. You don't want to run into a crowd if you don't have to. I mean, yeah, that'll happen from time to time. Every run can't be perfect. So now that we have the numbers on the right again, so call it, hit the hole, and good to go. All right, so we'll move on to the next play. Yeah, because when you're in gun, like you can't flip the run without flipping the entire play. We'll move on to single back ace, and then we'll call halfback stretch there too. It'll be the same thing. So it'll be the same thing. You just count the numbers. You can flip accordingly, and then... Yeah. Yeah, usually they'll do a better job of blocking the guy like that than they would like a fucking linebacker. So this one it's even again, so it's just like your preference, like who you think which side of your line is, and you always want to adjust too. If there's like, I don't know, like somebody with no outsiders on one side, you want to run to the other side because no outsiders will stop any stretch plays. You know. So I mean, the Panthers defense doesn't have any of that, so you just call it like you see it. My right tackle got killed, but so now we have, and now it's like 4-4, but there's a lot more pressure on the left side, so we'll keep it to the right, and then just read it. Boom. Yeah, I usually just hold R2. Yeah. Well, when I go to juke, I'll let go of the sprint button also. So if I flip it. All right, so we'll move on to the next play. I do, yeah. It's the same concept. Like I'm counting numbers, and this is an inside zone compared to an outside zone. So, like I said, if there's somebody, you also want to avoid people who have like run stopping abilities. Like I'm not gonna run 23 zone against, yeah, with somebody with inside stuff, you know, and I'm not gonna run stretch to the side that somebody has no outsiders. It just is gonna get blown up. So No, you can see it in the pre-play if you hold R2 and then the right stick up or down. All right. There you go. You can see what they have. So stay in single back ace and then go quick slants. We're gonna move the ball to the 1 or 2 yard line, towards the end zone. All right, so this is pretty easy read. Like you can basically like quick throw to either triangle or X, like right at the snap, and it's gonna be tough for them to guard it. So, are you watching my stream right now? All right, so you'll see. I'm just gonna snap, and he's just gonna catch it like for like 1 or 2 yards. So if you're like on the goal line, yeah, and then if they really key on that, you can hit the slants right behind it. So let's say they key on it, and then so do the same thing. Yeah, I mean sometimes those arrows are going to be covered, so it's not a huge deal. But usually on the goal line, that's like a quick go-to sometimes. Yeah, especially if you're like on the 1 yard line. All right, I'm gonna. Yeah, it's hard to stop. We'll go to the next play after this one. Go to single back bunch X nasty, and then just do wide zone weak. We're gonna move the ball back to yeah. And you don't really need to make any adjustments here. It's like this is something you'll run if that you know that like they have no outsiders on the right side, so you can just want to run stretch to the left. It just kind of gets good blocking. Like you'll see if I'm running it here. Boom. Sometimes I do. Like I don't want to give it away either. Like and I also don't only run from under center. All right. So once you're done with that, we'll choose a new play. Stay in the same formation. We're just going to go to PA boot. Yeah. I know. I don't know how so many people found it. Hold on. All right, so what you'll do here is you'll keep the play action and it'll roll out. If that zig ends up being open right away, you can just hit it. But you want to look for that corner route because it can get open. But then there's that crosser coming behind it, so if that zig is covered, you'll hit the crosser. Yeah, if they're running man, that corner will get open. Now, sometimes you can come back and hit the running back in the flat on the other side. It just depends. Now, for me, this crosser has been open more than anything. They've actually been covering the zig. It's just a read, you know, like the zig will be there more often than not during the actual games. And now I have the corner open because they ran man. Nice. So that one's pretty easy. It's like a natural read progression. Yeah, exactly. So that's all I have for the formation. Now we're going to go to single back trips, and then let's go to PAY glance. Yeah. PAY glance. So this one is it depends on the user you're playing, but circle on that inside seam should get open pretty quick. It's like you want to cancel the play action almost like at during the middle of it, so you're not dropping back too far. And the route that the tight end runs will also get open. It just depends if they use it or not. So if you're watching, oh, I threw it right to them. But that tight end should eventually come up. The inside seam, I'm getting sacked. The inside seam or the tight end, and that's it. And if you don't get either, you're basically fucked. Yeah. Now, if they man it up, it'll probably be hard to. You might actually get the seam if they run like cover zero, because you can just throw it over the top. Could also do that, yeah. There you go. You're learning. This play's not as lethal as it used to be, though. All right. Yeah. So when you're done with that one, we're gonna switch it to single back trips slants. So you just look at the two slants here, obviously, and then if they're playing man, the wheel route that triangle is running will be wide open. But I mean, if they're man too, like the slant will also beat it. Yep. And Bryce throws it into the stands. Fucking. Hey. My boy, Blue. Oh, get fucked, JC Horn. All right, cool. So we'll pick a new play. We'll go to I-form. There's single back dice slot as well, but there's another PAY glance in there, and you already know what to do there. So yeah. So we'll go to I-form close, then go down to the last grouping and go to PA tight end leak. So you can keep the play action here. You're going to look for Chark, and if Ming or I shouldn't say chark. You should look for the crossing route, like the short post. Then you can also look at the corner or the deep post, but I would order it short post, deep corner in that order. So if you're watching my stream, you'll see that how open the route that Chark runs gets. A lot of people know this play though, so it you can't run it like too often. You have to maybe like once every few games. You know, I don't even run this once a game because I know that so many people know it. Yeah, there you go. Not anymore. Not anymore. Yeah, then I just hit the post and it looked pretty good. All right, so once you get that down, we'll go to the next play. It'll be PA Spider Mesh. And the only change I like to make here is I put, you can put either or, honestly. You can put circle or square on a slant. I like to put circle, I don't know, just because it works in my progression. Or, you know, if you have somebody who has like short and elite or route tech, it helps. Basically, you're just doing the play action here. They'll kind of expect like the tight end leak play, so then you can call this. It's like a shorter version, and it kind of just clears everything out. Yeah, exactly. Yep. So that one's pretty simple. So we'll choose a new play. You can if you don't like it. Like a lot of people like Slinger One. That's like your Aaron Rodgers. Yeah. Um, I like Slinger Three. That's like Lamar Jackson. So some people like traditional one. That's like a Joe Burrow. I, no, I just leave it. Yeah. Go to iForm Close Flex and then go to Stretch. All right, so it's the same thing. We're counting numbers here, but I always like to flip to the left unless it's absolutely stacked. So we'll flip it here. You kind of just get a little bit better blocking. I don't know what it is, and then it just kind of stacks everything up. Yeah, I mean Achane especially. And you can run it to the right still, or like the original side. Like, don't worry too much about that. And it won't always. Yeah, and the more you learn how to like, you know, read the holes and cut up and all that stuff, the better your run game will be too. Yeah, 100%. Yeah. Yeah. All right. I think that's just about it for plays. Yeah. All right. Nice. There you go. So should be pretty solid, pretty good to go now with some good stuff. Hopefully. No, because like I said earlier, I can call almost any play and just make a read if I have to. Like those are plays that not necessarily that I know they'll work. It's just like I have run it before, and these are the adjustments I make accordingly. But they're good to like they're a good baseline, where you can start to build off of those plays and explore more in the playbook. Exactly. Yeah, not only that, like they're like formations, and then like you can start building within that formation to make sure it's not known that like, oh, when he calls this formation, he's running this play. Uh, I mean, so I usually like to. I hardly run like 3-4 or 4-3. I'll usually run like nickel, dime, whatever, and then you can like pinch your line and then crash them inside. Um, yeah, and then you can contain by double tapping R1 as well. And that'll stop the QB runs too. The QB contain. Um, it depends. If I'm playing a runner, I'm gonna go more heavy sets with like 3-4 and 4-3, or if I know like a run is coming, kind of thing. But I also know how to use her and like shoot gaps as well. Yeah, it's much harder to stop the run this year too. So with your users sometimes. Oh, that's all dependent on like who I'm playing and what formation they're in. Yeah, there's a lot to that, and it'll take a long time to get like a really solid user. But I recommend just pounding through with it and like figuring it out because like if you see the people who are like in the Super Bowls, like in the playoffs, like all of them are really really good at using their linebacker, their safety, because like covering the field with them, it makes up for deficiencies in your AI and a lot of things. So definitely super helpful to have somebody who can do that. Yeah, it took me a while to get really good at using. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, if you're mostly playing Kyle, then it's like a big adjustment